very warm welcome into the Brixton Recreation Centre. The Hoopsfix Prime Summer League 2025 semi-finals have arrived. Of course, powered by Jordan Brand and the Hoopsfix Foundation. And we are here for this weekend and then next Sunday to crown the kings and queens of the summer. If you want to be with us next weekend, if you want to help us pack out the Brixton Recreation Centre, make sure you head over to hoopsfix.com for all the ticket information. It's our first game of the day. It's our first semi-final of the day in the women's side of the competition. In the red uniforms, it will be Team Ruby taking on Team Emerald in the black uniforms. A matchup, a repeat of last week, though with some slightly different names and faces for both sides. Team Ruby took the victory last time out, 44-42, and really nail-biting effort. It was a good fight back from Team Ruby in that final period of play. They had been very even throughout the contest, and just edging things in the final turn. So that is our opening matchup of semi-finals week. After this, we have our second semi-final in the women's side of the competition, Sapphire taking on Diamonds, and then we move into the first round of placement games for the 5 to 8 placements in the men's side of the bracket, and then our final two games of the day are our men's semi-finals. As always in basketball, we like to award placements for all of the teams who attend the competition. My name is Darren Paul, very grateful that you're joining us on what hopefully for you is a beautiful Sunday as we get set to enjoy what is going to be a really exciting game of basketball. And we're going to, after a delayed start, and apologies for the delayed start, we are about to get it back underway again. And the tip that time is a third false start, or a second false start, sorry. That one's more like it. So Team Ruby going to get us under the way, taking the ball up the floor for the first time. Yazmin Edwards finds Tiwalola Roberts, who was coaching them the first week. Kicks out into the corner. It's Edwards just off the mark from the outside. Out of play, off the foot. And it's going to be Emerald ball. Sophie Khlaf inbounding. Ruby Clarke taking it over the timeline. Has Fakunle cut into the corner. Instead finds Maignomo, who's trying to work inside. Little fade away just off the mark. But the put-back jumper just a dash short from Clarke. As Edwards driving down the right-hand side. Good drive. Back with Edwards on the outside. That's dropped, and Ruby Clarke's going to take it the other way. Under pressure, great pressure from Jasmine Pusey. Forces the turnover. So Pusey looking for options. Roberts tried to send it inside as a foul on the floor called against Josephine Maignomo. Getting far too physical with Amanda Okodugha. Played her basketball in Livorno last season. As the three ball's on the way, just off the mark. And the rebound putback doesn't go. Three ball attempt from Sese Ide. Maidman driving inside. Got to a spot. Got a good looking shot. Didn't go, but Roberts steps out of bounds. Maidman kicks it to the top for Fakunle. Let's go with her right. Lost the handle. Roberts in there. Baseline pass. Lovely finish. Josephine Maignomo opens the scoring on the day. Roberts trying to get it right back, driving inside. Foul on the floor called on Ruby Clarke. That's 2 fouls been called early on Emerald, as that will stay with Ruby. Okodugha looks to go inside, has it stripped by Maignomo. Gonna take it all the way herself, fouled by Ide. Gonna go to the line for a 1 for 2. Youngster from Kola. Illegally stopping Maignomo, so it's gonna be a 1 for 2. That's how we do fouls here in the Hoopsfix Prime Summer League. The clock doesn't stop until the final 2 minutes of the final period of play. And you shoot 1 foul shot with the value of whatever shot you were shooting for. So in this case, Maignomo was going for a 2. She shoots the 1 for 2, and it's a little bit too strong. Backhands it. Itziar Fernandez pulls down the board. Into the corner. Back with Fernandez. Tried to send it inside. Sophie Khlaf was there. Foul. Called against Itziar Fernandez. Fouls on the floor. Clarke. Oh, bounce pass through to Sophie Khlaf. Khlaf. Oh, was fouled by Grace Roberts. So she will go for the 1 for 2. And it's good for 2. Immediately trying to get the point back. That's a lovely fine finish. DeAnna Carrington puts down the 2 ball. Into the corner, great ball movement. Back with Carrington in the corner. And that's been picked off. The skip to the top as Khlaf, under a bit of pressure, tried to step through. Couldn't. Last touch Fernandez. Substitutions coming. Gamu Nkobodo and Charlotte Grant checking in. Khlaf and Maidman taking a break. As Fernandez takes a knock to the face. Roberts drives forward, kicks out, 3 balls on the way. Carrington nets another. Five plays 4. Cagey opening. Players getting to their spots as she gets bumped. 3 balls on the way. Just off the mark, and Carrington pulls down the board once again. Driving down the left side. Clarke sends her out. Roberts finds Fernandez. Fernandez has her pocket picked. That's a great takeaway by Tinu Fakunle. Makes no mistake the other end. Five plays 6. Emerald up by 1. And again, Clarke was there. Fakunle battling on the floor. Maignomo has it. Couldn't quite connect. Would have been a tough make, as that's a really wonderful passing move down the other end of the floor. Grace Roberts finishing off the assist from Carrington. Maignomo kicks it. 3 balls on the way, just a bit too strong. Roberts has it stolen away. Maignomo kicks it up the floor, and Ruby Clarke is going to put that away nice and easy. I've lost count already of how many times they've picked that pass, got into, as that's a really fantastic ball down low, and a foul called on Josephine Maignomo. Gonna go to the stripe to shoot a 1 for 2. Will Amanda Okodugha. Dangarembga puts it up. Oh, sinks the triple. Great find, finish. Emerald are up. 11 plays 9. 3 balls on the way. Unable to go back to back. Itziar Fernandez. A touch short. It was good find though from Amanda Okodugha. Clarke bringing up the floor. Under a minute to play in this first period of play. The long 2 is short. Not able to be kept in there by Gamu Nkobodo. Big effort. That's the artist formerly known as Coach Roberts. Has her pocket picked. It's going to stay with Team Ruby. Once again, as soon as Ruby are over the timeline, super aggressive from Emerald. As that's a great make from the outside. 3 ball is good. Tiwalola Roberts. As Clarke sends up the heave. Picked up by Roberts. And Emerald are up at, in fact Ruby are up at the end of 1. 12 plays 11. So it's been a really impressive period from Emerald in terms of their aggression. Just as soon as that ball comes over the timeline, they're looking to pick passes, get up the floor, get easy looks around the basket. And they're doing a fantastic job of that. Coached. Don't forget to join us for our next semi-final. That is Sapphire taking on Diamond. And then we're into some men's classification games before we head to the semi-finals proper.
At the end of game 1 and before, okay. So at the end of game 1 and before game 2, I'll do the.
So once this game is finished, go back to flexi score, drop game 2. Yeah, so when you go to the menu.
So almost getting ready to get back underway.
The 2 team names and then change it on the game 2 settings.
Yeah. Emerald have Coach Helen with them today. She's had a great season with the Bromsco's Bears, getting promoted up into WNBL D1 as that's a foul called on Tiwalola Roberts. Make that their 4th team foul. Skipped over the top. Khlaf not able to, is able to keep it in, only as far as Tiwalola Roberts. And now Pusey kicks it up the floor to Carrington. Carrington attempting to skip it over to Ide. Asked an awful lot of her. As Clarke is going to pick that up. Yes, remember, for a place in the final, you can join us for the finals, either live at a place of your leisure or with us in the Brixton Recreation Centre. Ticket information available for you. As Khlaf not able to execute the play there. That's over to Roberts. Roberts to the top, back inside. Carrington with a good find. Somehow trickles out of play. Say, good find initially for Okodugha. Clarke Dangarembga. And Grant taking a break for Emerald, as that's a great make from the foul stripe. Gamu Nkobodo puts it down. Smooth moves and a fine finish. DeAnna Carrington putting on a show early. This side up by one as Roberts steals it away from Fakunle. Too low on the finish. So that's a let off for Emerald. As Maidman kicks it inside. Thought about a fadeaway, a little bit too high for Khlaf. Can she get it on the second attempt? She skips it to Maidman. Maidman, the three ball is good from the wing. Up by one, Team Emerald. Roberts dispossessed by Nkobodo. Khlaf finds Maignomo, easy off the glass. So I wonder if we'll see Bailey Wang in action today for Team Emerald. That's a three ball, just short from Roberts, and players trying to strip rebounds from one another. Very nearly went out of play there from Nkobodo. Maidman puts it up. A little bit too strong into the hands of Khlaf. Khlaf trying to go back inside. Turn around jumper can't go. Still a lot of pressure on Roberts. Ide not alive to what Roberts was trying to do, and Fakunle puts it down. And a timeout has been called. Team Ruby going to talk things over, as they're doing broadly the right stuff, but there's a couple of breakdowns in communication along the way. Whilst the players taking a quick break, so will we. Team Ruby, they are trailing 14-17. They've just taken timeout. You're watching game one of the semi-finals, the Hoopsfix Prime Summer League 2025. Back underway here in the Brixton Recreation Centre, and it's Yazmin Edwards trying to go to work on the baseline. That's been tapped away. Josephine Maignomo driving up the floor. It's called for the carry. Ellie Maidman was absolutely flying towards the basket, wanting that pass. Itziar Fernandez. Inside. It's a good find. Gets the separation, puts it down. Okodugha, again playing really high level last season. for Livorno in Italy's second tier. As that's a good find up the floor. Yaz Edwards puts it away. Itziar Fernandez with the vision as Maidman just on the other side of that pass from Fakunle. Gets it back from the corner, no good that time. And Yaz Edwards driving the floor, has support. Shots up. Just a bit too strong. Puts it back up herself, and that's into the hands of Maignomo. Still it's up. Maignomo once again driving inside, tries to put it in off the glass. Good rebound by Maidman. Nkobodo making no mistake. Drive, kick to the corner. From the elbow, just off the mark. That time from Okodugha. 1 point game still. And it remains a 1 point game as Carrington swats that one. Ruby Clarke, let's get Emerald back underway. Maidman. Goes to her left hand, good drive, good finish. Ellie Maidman making it a 3 point ball game. 3:40 left in the half. Yaz Edwards looking for support. Finds it on the outside, the handoff to Carrington. 3 balls on the way. Just a bit too strong. And that's going to go with Team Emerald. Substitution. Gamu Nkobodo taking a break, replaced by Sophie Khlaf. Ruby Clarke surveying the options. Ball moving on the outside, 3 balls on the way. That looked halfway down for Fakunle. Clarke driving in again. Would have been something audacious. It stays with, goes with red ball. So both sides making changes. Taziveyi Dangarembga sprinting to the bench. Or to the table, sorry, just saying. Almost whispering sub. So Yaz Edwards with just over 2 minutes left in the first half. Jasmine Pusey brings it back in. Down low. Edwards battered away, fouled in the act of shooting. Going to go to the line with a 1 for 2 opportunity. And Maidman, it was adjudged to have illegally impeded the shooter. And it goes. It's a 1 point ball game. Ruby just trailing by a 1. And Susiide checking back into the game. Fernandez taking a break. 1:30 to go in the first half of our first semi-final in our semi-finals day. Maidman going to her left hand, kicks it inside to Maignomo. That's a really good drive. Fine down finish. That's Pusey. He's been reminded that you can't wear jewellery whilst playing basketball. Edwards. Nkobodo has it stripped away by Maignomo. It's going to stay with Team Ruby. I don't understand sometimes why defenders claim that. Like, hand off to Roberts. Roberts driving through, puts it up off the glass. They get the rebound, Yaz Edwards does, puts it down for 2. And it's back to a 3 point game. No. 5 seconds, shoot it. Roberts from outside, just short. And Maidman's not going to get the shot away in time at the end of the first half. Team Ruby down by 3, 22 plays 25 in our first game of the day. Players taking a 2-minute break. We will be back. You're watching Hoopsfix Prime Summer League, powered by Jordan Brand. Welcome back into the Brixton Recreation Centre. The Hoopsfix Prime Summer League continues apace. It's our first semi-final of the day. Team Ruby taking on Team Emerald. It's a 3-point difference in this one. Team Emerald, 3 points to the good, thanks in part to the coaching of Coach Helen Winter. A stalwart of the Cambridge basketball scene for a good while. Like I say, he plays a basketball over in Birmingham now. And just won promotion to WNBL D1 last season. And we are back underway. Team Ruby in the red uniforms, it's Yazmin Edwards. Ide, let's go inside. Oh, that's a great move. Tried to draw the foul as well. Got the 2 points. Amanda Okodugha. So it's 1 point the difference now. Dangarembga finds Clarke. And that's been knocked out of play. Will remain with Emerald. Over the top, Clarke. 3 balls on the way. Just off the mark to the left. Roberts finds Ide. Uses that screen. At the roller, Clarke was there with the quick hands. Roberts putting the pressure on Clarke now. Able to get the shot up. Can't go. Khlaf there for the rebound. Solid defense. Clarke in the corner. Just short on the 3-ball attempt. Nkobodo with another offensive rebound. 3-ball from the top. Fakunle was halfway down for it. Yaz Edwards pulls down the board, driving up the floor. Has Roberts in the corner. Just a bit too far to the right. That attempt from Roberts. Just battered away inside Amanda Okodugha. So Ruby with the 1-point lead. Foul call on Tiwalola Roberts. As Josephine Maignomo, the leading scorer of the Pro-Am before today's game. She's coming in with 41 points across the 3 games. From the floor, that's a 53% efficiency, almost 54%. That's Fakunle driving in, has it taken away, gets it back. Taziveyi Dangarembga. Khlaf, they've got 5 seconds to shoot. As that's been stolen away by Roberts. Has Ide with it, takes it alone. The righty finish is good. And Ruby trying to stay perfect in the competition, trying to find our way to the final. Have worked themselves into a 3-point lead. This Emerald team is playing them about as tough as anybody. Almost as tough as they played them last week. Just short from Nkobodo. Kicked up the floor to Edwards. Great finish. Under a lot of pressure from Fakunle. And timeout will be taken next time by Coach Winter and Emerald. Clarke goes with the left hand. Oh, pull-up jump shot can't go. Khlaf keeps it alive. To the top. Clarke puts up the triple. Just off the mark. And that's been taken away from Khlaf by Roberts, asking a little bit much from Yaz Edwards, and with the score at 30-25 in favour of Team Ruby. Emerald are taking time to talk things over. 6:30, 1 left to go in the 3rd period. You're watching the Hoopsfix Prime Summer League 2025. $6:31 left in the 3rd period of play here, our first semi-final of the day. First game of the day here in the Brixton Recreation Centre, the Hoopsfix Prime Summer League 2025. Finals week next weekend. If you want to be here on 13th of July, all the ticket information is at hoopsfix.com. Maignomo found Clarke on the inbound. I say Maignomo absolutely crushing it in the scoring department. Also a force on the glass. As Maignomo battering away, couldn't get the finish. Okodugha once again with the rebound. Good ball movement, Ide. On the outside. Okodugha kicks it to the top. Fernandez trying to get the separation from Maignomo. That was good defense. Good drive from Pusey, draws the foul. See exactly who it gets called on. It gets called on number 6, Ruby Clarke. His second personal foul. In terms of rebounds, Maignomo. So the rebounding leader is actually Chinwe Winze in the tournament. Pusey gets the 1 for 2 to go. So 32 plays 25. Ruby having a fantastic time of it in this second half. Shots up. Doesn't get the favourable roll. And Carrington driving the other way. It's a 3-on-2 into the corner with Edwards. Edwards being aggressive, going baseline. Didn't get it the first time. Got her own rebound. Shots up. A little bit too strong that time from Pusey. Changes for Ruby. Emerald found a lot of success as Maignomo can't get it to go. Found a lot of success being really aggressive defensively. As soon as Ruby were anywhere near the timeline, Emerald players flying out and flying at the ball. Seen less of that in this second half. 4:20 left in the third. As Pusey taking a break. Taking her place, Grace Roberts back on the floor. Maignomo. The handoff. On top of Maidman. Maidman. Trying to be aggressive, really solid defense, and that's been taken away. Roberts with the steal, up the floor to Edwards. Edwards puts it away. And Ruby grow their lead to 9 points. Carrington tries to stay with, does stay with, but that's been taken away. This time it was Edwards to the corner. Fernandez thought about the 3, steps inside, can't get the 2 to go. It's been stolen away by Okodugha. Through 2's on the way, long 2, no good from Yaz Edwards. Okodugha gets the rebound, battling away. Wanted the call, didn't come. As Maidman drives the gap. A little bit too short on the shot attempt. 3 minutes and change left in the third. Edwards went for the, I think was halfway in 2 minds. Ultimately went for the bounce pass, it trickled out of play. Did 4 plays 25. Sophie Khlaf into the contest. Ruby Clarke taking a break. Fakunle. 3 balls on the way, just off the mark. Good drive inside, draws the foul. She's going to go to the strike with a 1 for 2 opportunity. And that's a 3rd personal foul called on Josephine Maignomo. The 1 for 2 goes. It's an 11-point lead for Team Ruby as Nkobodo replaces Josephine Maignomo. We're going to see Coach Roberts checking back in for Ruby at the next opportunity. 1:45 left in the 3rd period. Good find, good finish. Maidman feeds Khlaf, and Khlaf puts it away. It's Yaz Edwards, super aggressive, gets to her spot, but stripped away by Fakunle. So Khlaf had a swipe also, and Fakunle tried to stop and pop from the foul stripe. Carrington did really well there to keep it away from 2 bigger threats. As Roberts checks in, taking a break, Yaz Edwards. Under a minute to play in the third period. Fakunle driving through, lefty finishes too strong. Carrington kicks it straight up the floor to Fernandez. Fernandez. Now the pressure from Grant. It's hold in the end. Fakunle finds Nkobodo. Maidman. Now Khlaf driving in. Good dump off inside. Can't get the finish though. Gamu Nkobodo. And with 18 seconds left, there is no shot clock. Carrington kicks it inside. Back outside. Great ball movement. 3 balls on the way. A little bit too strong that time from Grace Roberts. And that's going to do it. At the end of 3, Ruby have the lead, 36-27 over Emerald. We'll be right back. You're watching Hoopsfix Prime Summer League 2025. You're back in Brixton Recreation Centre. It's the Hoopsfix Prime Summer League 2025. It's our first semi-final of the day. Team Ruby, who have been absolutely imperious in this competition, they're up by 9 points over Team Emerald. It's a 3-0-0-3 matchup. Though Emerald, like they did last week, are pushing Ruby right to the wire. So 10 minutes to decide who makes it to the final. As Maignomo at the footwork, the finish wasn't quite there. Pusey putting on the jets, puts it away. Double-digit advantage now for Ruby. As Edwards, with eyes in the back of her head, did just enough, but Khlaf still gets it underneath, puts it away. Assist Josephine Maignomo. That's tucked away. Last touch by Tiwalola Roberts. Clarke. Fakunle. Uses the screen. Clarke thought about the shot for a moment. Goes inside to Khlaf, gets it back. Short jumper goes. 48-31. Emerald starting the period well. It's at the top, the 3 balls on the way. That'll do it for Ruby. Back to a 10-point deficit for Emerald. Just as they'd worked so hard with back-to-back makes, chipping away. Inside, Khlaf tries to turn the corner, goes back the other way, can't finish. Fakunle out of nowhere with the rebound, fouled in the act of shooting, going to go to the strike. So the clock stayed ticking. 8:05 left in the fourth. A little bit too strong that time. Ide tries to drive baseline, had it taken away by Maignomo. Khlaf back in the middle to Maignomo. That's in and out of the hands. It's going to go the way of Team Ruby. Emerald bench stays giving instructions. And bringing some atmosphere as well. Fernandez. Edwards, great cut inside. And a really nice finish. Yes, Edwards. That's Khlaf. Lovely Euro. Great finish. Back to 10 points. Emerald trying to chip away. Can't finish. His body's hit the deck. Ide battling away for the jump ball. So it stays with Team Ruby. Ide, 3 ball. Just short. Look good out the hands. It's Clarke. Inside set. Maignomo batting away. The righty finish through the contact. It's good for 2 more. 43 plays 35. And Maignomo strips it. Gives it to Clarke, and Clarke is going to score it high off the glass. And Team Ruby. Substitutions both sides. I thought for a second Team Ruby had called timeout. I think the officials might have also, as it is, both sides ringing the changes. Under 6 minutes left in the contest. And Emerald have made it a 6-point ball game with 2 quick fire buckets. Against that defensive pressure. Oh, that's a foul from Khlaf. The idea was there. Good to put the pressure on. Pusey, once again, just cutting through everything until the finish. But it is going to stay with Team Ruby. That's the pack screen set. It's going to stay with Team Ruby as we're under 5 minutes left in the contest. To the top. 3 ball. Oh, rejected. Gets her own rebound. Carrington. Just off the mark, Clarke. Khlaf. Tried to go baseline. Ran into a couple of closed corridors, and the travel's called. You see Grace Roberts checking back into the game. She replaces Jasmine Pusey. Khlaf trying to go to work inside, dumps it off. Good find, and Nkobodo puts it away. As Clarke tried to steal it away, thought she had. That's a good drive. Out the hands. So 4 points the difference. Emerald battling away for a place in the final. And we're down as much as 11 points. They've brought that back to 4. And now they have opportunity to make it a 1-possession ball game. 3:30 left to play. And they've gone big. They've got Maignomo in there now as well. And it is Maignomo. Gets to a spot in the paint. Good find. Couldn't get the finish that time though, Gamu Nkobodo. And this for daylight. No, Maignomo once again picks the passing lane, puts it up off the glass, down for 2. And it's a 1-possession ball game. Emerald. That's great pressure from Clarke, making things difficult for Roberts. In fact, that was out of the hands of Roberts. So Emerald, with a chance to tie it, a 3 will give him the lead. As it is, that's really great pressure from Okodugha. And a foul called. We'll see if it's just a normal foul. So blocking foul called against Maignomo. So it's going to be Emerald ball. And Fakunle to come in. Dangarembga taking a break. So we're under 2 minutes now. Now it's just a regular game of basketball as that's out of bounds. Roberts dribbled it on the line. And Sophie Khlaf going to check in next time. Clarke driving up the middle. 3 balls on the way. Just off the mark for Fakunle. Carrington kicks it to Roberts. Roberts to Tiwalola Roberts. Inside to Carrington. Carrington splits the defenders. Can't get the finish. Went a bit too deep. And now Emerald once again. Fakunle drives baseline. Kick to the corner. Maidman tried to go back inside. Solid defense though. Okodugha and Yazmin Edwards nets it. 4-point game. Fakunle at the top finds Maidman. Underneath. And that's a foul. Roberts, it is, with the foul called on them for the hold. So now, clock stopped, 1:08 left in the ball game. Substitutions on both sides. She's going to have to shoot both. In fact, foul was called on the floor. As Coach Roberts deciding that Pusey will check in next time by. As that's been turned over off the face of Fernandez. She won't mind if it means they get through to the final. Battling away, 1 minute to play. Now it's going to trickle out of play. And it's Ruby ball as Pusey's going to check in. Grace Roberts taking a break. 57 seconds to go. Ruby. A basket would surely, but it's turned over. And Khlaf makes no mistake, the righty finish. Carrington gets over the timeline as quickly as she can. 2-point ball game, 36 seconds to play. Ruby, unbeaten all tournament. It's turned over. Edwards is fouled. It's going to be called on Maidman. No, it's called on Fakunle. Foul's on the floor, 29.4 seconds. What drama, as that's been turned over again. Clarke! And Khlaf ties it up. And timeout's been taken by Team Ruby. 25.3 seconds to play. And Coach Winters is out on the floor, high-fiving her players as they make their way back in. 45 plays, 45. Ruby undefeated all tournament long. I mean, last week these two went to the wire. It was 44-42. Ruby over Emerald. You know, Emerald, they've been thereabouts the last couple of weeks. It was a tough week one for them against Sapphire. And Ruby, yeah, likewise, they've not been winning by cricket scores, but they've been doing what it takes for them to get the victory. Now, 25.3 seconds left to play. They lost it in the third, Emerald. They lost that defensive pressure, that flying at everything, but they've brought that back into the game in the fourth period. And how many turnovers have they forced? What a way to kick off semi-finals day here at the Hoopsfix Pro Am Summer League. 5 more games of action right now. It's Itziar Fernandez, tried to find Yaz Edwards, gets it back on the outside. They don't have long left to work, they got 5 seconds, driving inside. Roberts draws the foul, she's going to the line to shoot 2. See exactly who the foul was called on, as the officials are talking things over. And Ruby Clarke's there for the conversation, so it is called on Clarke. So she's going to have to shoot both of them. Again, we're in FIBA time. 14.4 seconds on the clock. And Emerald will take time. As the first one goes. Good confident make from Fernandez. Sorry, from Roberts. A little bit too strong on the second. It's a 1-point game. Nkobodo tries to kick into the corner. Yaz Edwards, the 3 ball, it's good! Yaz Edwards! Has she just called game? It's 4 points the difference, and Emerald take time out. We'll be back in just a moment. Ruby are up by 4 with 7.4 seconds left. You're watching the Hoopsfix Prime Summer League 2025. .4 seconds left to play. It's a 4-point ball game. Emerald, the team in the black uniforms, they trail, they have possession. Yaz Edwards, the on-floor general, along with Tiwalola Roberts. Roberts, who made 1 of 2 at the stripe, and then Yaz Edwards, who sank the corner triple. Bellowing, no foul, no foul. 3 makes it very uncomfortable as that's been turned over, and Roberts. Yaz Edwards is just going to play keep away, and that will do it. Into the final. Team Emerald go. Team Ruby, sorry, have snuck it at the last. Ruby are headed to the final with a 49-45 victory over Team Emerald, and we will find out who they'll face between Sapphire and Diamond. That is coming up at 11:45, so just 10 minutes. At the end of our first semi-final, we have our first finalist of the day. At the Hoopsfix Prime Summer League 2025, it's Team Ruby headed to the final.